Every one of you watching this screen, look out.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
What did I tell you about cartoons?
They've got a lot of brains, and they've got a lot of chutzpah.
Tell me how comic books make you feel, Dave.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Hi, this is Frantz, Kantor, cartoonist, illustrator, and toon talker, and I'm here with
Jim Bridges, and I'm the president of the Australian Cartoon Museum.
So out of the
What did you do in the war, Frantz?
out of I don't know, I wasn't born. So out of the library, the Australian Cartoon Museum library, you pulled this book out, which is very interesting. It's called "What Did You Do in the War, Daddy? A Visual History of Propaganda Posters," and it's published by Oxford, and you were going to tell me a little bit about this.
2008, and it's from the Australian War Memorial.
Right.
And they have all this stuff about war there.
Yep.
And they,
Selection from the Australian
War Memorial. Visual history of this propaganda posters. The bulk of the book is Australian material, but
because we're all in the same war, I guess you get the same.
Well, no. So it's a pity.
Which war is this?
Well, it's the First World War.
And who is this? Norman Lindsay.
You know, quick! Look, he's about to cop it, and he's going down for the punt. You know.
Yeah.
There's pretty basic stuff. Which picture would your father like to show his friends? This one or that one? By staying home, you're giving your approval to this sort of thing.
Hand-lettered, you can tell.
Yeah. And these are big stuff? These would be big posters?
Yeah, in the early days of printing. So the printing was pretty awful.
Yeah. Queenslanders, you know, see, this is just for Queenslanders, and of course they put the enlist, everybody's enlisting. And this is where you're going to go, to the Dardanelles. That's Gallipoli.
Right.
We're coming, lads, hold on. And this is very famous. A call from the Dardanelles. Coo-wee. Won't you come? So there he's standing, and that's where the action happened. Man, you are wanted. And the sportsmen, and they actually targeted clubs, cricket clubs, footy clubs, all that sort of stuff. And
well, I was going to say that it kind of looks like a sport poster.
It's all mates, you know.
It looks like a poster from, you know, like an official, I don't know, packet of cigarettes or something.
Which, this or that?
Well, just the layout of everything.
Yeah, but this is the old.
It's incredibly awkward comparing it to Uncle Sam's.
Yeah.
This one's like, you know, where's your mustache? Why is your hand all bent up like this?
No, because the eyes are looking straight at you and the fingers close. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Okay. And more Norman Lindsay. He was really gung ho. These are the guys who are, you know, aren't going yet.
Yeah.
You know.
Because they're playing sport. Tennis.
Would you stand by while a bushfire raged? No. Get busy and drive the Germans back.
It's nice in the surf, but what about the men in the trenches? Go and help.
Yeah.
Give them some surf.
Lieutenant Jack of VC. Join together, train together, embark together, fight together. It's all about mateship. If you're in a sporting club, enlist in a sportsman's thousand.
Little did they know, 1914 to 1980. So little did they know that it was not a war, not a sporting event.
Yeah.
It wasn't very sporting.
Well, Australians...
They were going there to be shot and gassed.
Australians, a lot of them thought they were just going to have fun.
This was nice. I like this.
Yeah. Well, remember the women and children of France and Belgium were treated. They had all these things about how they stuck babies on bayonets and all that sort of stuff, which even lasted up until the Second World War, but it was never true in the first place. And of course...
Well, you had to dehumanise your enemy.
Yeah, this is the classic. This went around the whole world. Yeah, I mean, just a question mark. You know, he'll take over in the blood, ripping the whole world. These are all First World War posters.
Yeah.
A man short, oppression or freedom.
Victory.
There's 4 against 3. Are you the man?
Yeah.
And will you fight? See,
This is nice. This
yeah.
is
Well, see,
reminiscent
they're in
of,
Australia. They're in Australia because of the
Your
water
mate.
tank.
This is very reminiscent of your mate.
My mate.
Yeah.
Which particular
The
mate's that?
Spanish artist, Goya.
Oh yeah. But you see, the thing is,
So this is Norman
Will you-
Lindsay copying Goya.
yeah. But this is, I mean, the Germans were never going to come to Australia. That's obviously
No.
Australia.
Would take him too long.
Yeah. And now we're in British. This is British stuff. Is this worth fighting for? All these British Dales and stuff, and the Irishman who's going to join
This
up.
is very peculiar, isn't it? These posters. They're
Peculiar in what way?
well, they're quite weird. They kind of look like something that they're not. They look like travel posters or book posters or something.
Daddy, what did you do in the Great War? Question mark.
See, that looks like an ad for,
Yeah.
Father's brand of
Truss.
trust, Father's brand of
Hair oil,
chocolates or
hair
something.
oil or something. Your king and country need you. A chip off the old block. Goodbye, lad. I only wish you were young enough to go with you. They're all marching on. And this is beautiful.
This is a colorized photograph.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, you think? Oh, it's a very no. It
No.
is an illustration.
It is. Look at
Very tight,
look at this.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell that from a distance.
This is classic. This is St George, going to fight the dragon.
Yeah. Again, I don't get it, but all right.
Well, it's a myth.
Looks like a pub sign.
It's
It's a pub sign.
Yeah, but
come and
Britain
come and have a beer. Get a lager in ya.
yeah, up civilians. Grand old jerk. Women of Britain say go, go. They were handing out and this is Women Help Australia's Australian
Buy war
sons.
loan bonds.
Yeah, the arms open up, motherhood,
Mum, mammy.
the flag behind it.
Yeah.
The beautiful vistas.
Help
is lovely.
Help Australia's sons is almost invisible in here.
Yeah.
All I can read from there is women win the war.
That's right.
Buy war loan bonds.
That's right. This is lovely. Is this this
Buy
not-
peace bonds.
This
I wonder
looks-
what you'd buy, war bonds or peace bonds, depending on what you wanted.
Someone's having a piece of that.
Yeah.
Something to rot a bit. Destroy this mad brute. Enlist.
Men wanted in the army.
Well, you
so
see,
this is very much
America.
the
They're
gentleman.
Now the Hun is in America.
This is the gentleman going off to war.
Yeah.
With his servant,
Well,
blowing the old tuba.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Good. Have
Whoa,
some.
who did this?
It's time for tiffin. This is nice. I like this.
Yeah, it
Very
is nice.
expressionistic. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
James Doherty.
yeah,
That's more like my liking. I love that.
yeah.
This is quite powerful, but again, you're going into these sort of
Well, this is Liberty.
legendary.
This is what do you call it? Columbia. The woman who was the symbol of America
the symbol
before.
of the film company.
No, before Uncle Sam came along.
Ah.
Is that a flag? No, it's a Christian.
And this is bare-breasted liberty with a bra.
Well, it's America. Looks like a film poster, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they would have gotten a film poster guy to do that.
And this is like
Howard Chandler Christie, so he's
Yeah.
a magazine illustrator.
yeah, and this is great, like the story of churches. Help stop this. This is modern.
1918.
Yeah,
Come on,
that's
buy
pretty
more
modern.
Liberty
That's
bonds.
pretty modern for the First World War.
Yeah.
Halt the Hun. Who did it? Raleigh.
They'd be employing newspaper illustrators, magazine illustrators. for
Yeah.
this. A lot of the magazines were owned
The
or affiliated
Doughboys.
with newspapers.
The
at the
Doughboys
time.
had
Donuts.
donuts. Yeah. Remember Belgium? There it is again. You know, these guys going to rape and kill the young girls using that lie. Is that? Go back.
Sowing
Is that
the seeds
flag?
of victory.
Is that flag? It is.
Montgomery flag.
It is flag. Yeah.
See how beautiful, loose, wet style he's got.
I
Very,
think this
very-
guy was a cartoonist. That sort of cross-hatching and stuff.
Macaulay.
I think he was a cartoonist. And there's Germans.
Oh, this is the German one.
Yeah. there's
What a
Germans.
horrible one that one is.
Well,
This is a German one too.
Yeah. Was it the last strike is the 8th war zone?
I wonder why they're in black and white.
Because
You couldn't.
they couldn't afford to post them. Most of this stuff is in colour. Look at this, women doing the yoke. Look at this. This is a First World War thing.
Exaggeration,
Yeah,
crucifixion.
yeah. And here they come. They don't, you know,
Susponos de libertad. This is for another country,
Philippine.
Philippines.
Yeah. And this is German
Very
criticising the British. This is kids going on strike. French.
Oh, this is good. I like this. This reminds me of a GI poster.
Well,
from
yeah,
World War II.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, and this is Australians, Canadians, and New
Oversea
Zealanders.
pals. They changed the English language to fit the poster.
Well, Australians, Canadians, and New Zealanders will welcome you side by side.
Yeah, but your oversea pals?
Well,
Oversea
it
is
was-
not correct English.
No, I know,
So
but
they're just fitting it into the poster.
we couldn't fit the rock in, you know.
Yeah, you couldn't put the S in
I
there.
want to put the rock in there, you know. This is French. This is
Like a fealty
this is
French
what
postcard.
this is what you're fighting for.
Yeah, fealty postcards.
Yeah.
1914 to 1918. I wonder what's such
This is about
unexact
6%.
years.
Raymakers, he was a famous First World War propaganda artist. You get 6% if you go into this war loan. They're the 6%.
And that's a French poster.
Yeah, Dutch, I think. I think he was Dutch. And this is, you see this in all the books. These are German.
These are German.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
good.
now we're in the Second World War.
Oh, are you?
He's
With the
definitely
photographs. So to see the printing, that's such a shock. Boom.
Yeah.
Now you got better printing.
Yeah.
So that's what these things are for.
Yeah, you can see
To
the
grab your
you can see the
attention from the
artwork.
street corner. We kneel only to thee. Who's thee?
That's God.
Is it? How do you know?
We don't kneel to the enemy because he's
okay,
in a
yeah.
church.
Is he? I didn't see
Yeah, and he's
that.
taking his hat off.
Ah.
A soldier never takes his hat off. Back him up. Talk less.
You good sound effects. You hear that, folks? So posters have sound effects.
Calling folks.
It's a lovely painting, though. It's a beautiful
Yeah,
painting.
well, yeah.
The use of
Half and
graphic
half.
design.
Yeah.
See?
Half and half.
Yeah. No, well, graphic design, simplification.
Yeah, yeah. Talk
They're
less. You
using-
never know.
Have a
This is
simpler-
interesting because this shows you the
grow your own
Allied
vegetables.
offensive against Germany, and they're all the bombs that they've dropped on. So people were being instructed on how much damage England have been doing to and there's a cartoon that's famous.
That's beautiful.
That's Hitler underneath the table listening and writing it all down.
Fugas. That is
Yeah.
beautiful. That is a beautiful. He's a
Yeah.
professional illustrator.
Yeah, well, he was a great cartoonist from Punch, famous.
From Punch.
And this is the girls taking over, seeing it through, and they had a poem at the bottom of it. This is Russian. They,
This is nice. I like this.
he's got a red machine gun
Yeah.
as opposed to a black one. He's standing on the body of a peasant.
Yeah.
So she's a farmer work because he's got the. Oh, look at this.
This is an English one.
Yeah.
Coughs and sneezes spread diseases. Trap the germs by using your handkerchief. What were they using before that?
Well, people are just sneezing in public. They're trying to tell them to stop it, you know.
And don't take the squander bug when you go shopping.
See, he's got all these dollar signs, which
These are
become
beautiful.
the
Nazi
dollar signs
symbols.
become no, they're dollar signs.
No, they're Nazi symbols.
Hang on. Oh, sorry, but they're supposed to be dollar signs. they're inferring
Well, the
it because
squander bug is a
when
Nazi.
you don't shop,
Supports
don't
the
don't
Nazis.
waste money.
Yeah.
You know.
Because waste supports
Yeah.
the Nazis.
Ooh.
This is powerful.
Yeah, well, that's like drawn
Really
like
powerful.
David Lowe, but that's an Egyptian cartoon, and basically what it says down here is that you're now safe, we'll protect you. But look at it. And this is a Malayan cartoon.
Yeah.
In English.
Really cool.
I'm pretty sure most of these posters weren't in black and white, unless,
Well, at the time there would have been like a.
So this is the flags of the world trying to trap these two. And this is, I'd say this is American.
So all of the printing went to. All of the printing presses were used for these posters, so they didn't do any magazines in colour or books in colour. They
That's
did,
not 100% true.
No, they would have used the magazine covers in colour, but most of magazines would be in like a duotone. The illustrations inside the magazine.
So this is
would be duotones.
we're all going to be. Still reminds
They're
me.
beautiful the way that they're spotlit.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful painting.
And this the hand, so it's almost like death. See that?
That
Down
looks to me, that's a pulp cover. So it would have been an illustrator that was used to this sort of visual language.
Yeah.
He would be doing, pulp.
It actually reminds me of
magazine
a movie that James Mason was in, the poster that James Mason was in. I can't remember what it was.
Beautiful.
And there's another cartoon.
Yeah.
It's got
That's lovely.
he's landing on a cactus coming out of a cannon.
Yeah.
And this is very American.
That's a GI. Yeah. Oh, it's next.
Yeah.
Japan.
Oh.
Yeah. And
we
here
know
go
who this
with,
is.
Norman Rockwell.
Yeah.
So these are the 4 freedoms: freedom of speech, freedom
Yeah.
of worship, freedom of want, freedom from fear.
Here he is.
So all of these things are trying to create a narrative that
he's-
was very pro-life.
And this is when he comes home and all the people, someone on the roof, all
Everyone.
the neighbours, kids climbing the tree, and there's always rubbish
It's a
around
big
the place.
moment.
The rubbish hanging
Even the
around.
dog. Yeah,
And
big moment.
this is the back door. And
This
they've
is
got
the-
a star up here because they're
And the girlfriend. So the thing with Norman Rockwell
Yeah.
Rockwell told these intricate stories
Yeah.
within an illustration, within
Yeah.
a painting. All of these were oil paintings.
yeah.
So
She's even
Yeah.
got a star on the line. See the washing line.
So everything in here, all of the faces, all of these
Yeah.
little half of faces and things, they tell a story.
Yeah, Mammy.
This is a very famous painting.
That's his mum, obviously.
That's his mum, that's his dad,
What's everybody
neighbours.
doing home? They should be out working, for the war
That's,
effort.
well, there's Junior fixing the roof,
Yeah.
the back fence, these little kid brother, little kid sister, and this hiding behind there is the girlfriend.
The girl next door.
Well, she's got a crush on him.
Yeah.
So all of these things you can tell with these caricatured stances and these caricatured expressions.
Because that's
So
the
this
classic one, isn't it?
Very-
Because
yeah.
it's bigger than Christmas.
Well, they've used this
Thanksgiving
it's
Day in
so
America.
Powerful.
It's bigger than Christmas. Yeah, he's watching you.
Yeah, it looks like a pussycat.
Because somebody talked.
The cocker spaniel.
I don't know.
It's always the cocker.
Does this mean that someone died in your family?
Don't know. Probably.
Okay.
Join the WAF.
I grew up with illustration like this
Oh, look at those
in the
beautiful
50s.
flames.
I grew up with illustration like this in the 50s.
Magic.
Yeah.
This is beautiful illustrations.
The Australian Red Cross Society.
Yeah, these were guys that did posters for
Yeah.
travel. They did the travel posters.
Yeah.
So they put together these great illustrations for women in war.
There's another roll up your sleeves. We're going to get stuck into them. Norman
Yeah.
Lindsay, complete with a poem. Although
I'm not a big fan of Norman Lindsay's war stuff.
okay.
This is some of the early photographs.
Yeah,
You can
he's
still
sewing
see-
socks.
You can see the problem with reproducing
Yeah,
photographs.
yeah, the black areas
reproducing
and-
artwork.
yeah.
Artwork, the artists actually work. Norman Lindsay actually
Yeah.
worked towards the plates as well.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
printing plates.
This is an ad for
So
valves.
usually a lot of these illustrators were very conversant with talking with the printers and getting the best results.
Yeah.
The photographers had no hope of getting their work reproduced properly because there's just too many
Mick Armstrong.
grayscales. Too many grayscales.
Keep the torch down. Walk facing the traffic at night, you know.
These are
Coal
things
must
I
be
don't-
saved. Every bit counts.
I've saved my coal.
Australia is the food arsenal of the allied world.
Yeah, and look at our new inspector. Oh,
Yeah.
so it doesn't look anything like Blakey.
No, but yeah.
General
Issued by
Motors
General
Holden
Motors Holden
inspector, the
in
Japanese
42.
inspector.
Yeah. So kill him with quality.
So the Japanese inspector is the adversary. Feud is a munition of war.
Yeah. Don't waste it. Trim that lamp. See, they're going to take over. Who is your new friend? This is interesting. It's
Absenteeism.
very
Well,
crude in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the Australian posters are much more tending to be subtle and tell a story that is not punch in your face, right?
Yeah.
Again, you know, this is something different.
But this showing the Japanese.
Star knives,
Yeah, I know it's
the rising sun.
not that frightening.
No.
This is
Some of the
Russian.
other ones.
These guys who did there were three artists who did the whole
Beautiful.
work. So
I'd love to see some more.
so this is the early stuff. This is the first
Yeah.
world stuff, and we're going to fix up the second world stuff as well.
Yeah.
And there's this heroic Russian
This
style.
looks like this must have been in colour.
Yeah, heroic style. Now we're in the Vietnam War. Oh, or are we? No, that's yeah, we are.
Yes,
Well, this is
1953.
so. This is Korea.
Yeah.
And this is
look at the
yeah.
beautiful commercial illustration style.
Now, this is anti-government propaganda because this is Vietnamisation. See, this is stop the war. This is the moratorium.
yeah. So now you're getting into.
And 4 out of 5
heavy-duty
of these men choose their
graphic
careers.
design.
See, 4 out of 5 men, you don't choose your career, you get drafted,
Yeah.
abolish. You know, the silent majority made him possible. Your silence made this possible.
Yeah.
Mylar massacre. And I remember this post during the moratorium times.
Wow.
Who did it? Doesn't tell you. Artist unknown.
A student,
Yeah.
artist unknown. I know him.
It's a little bit of what's his name? The guy who did the Oz stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He did the Oz magazines. You know,
Yeah.
what's his Martin Sharp. Martin. And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So, what did you do in the war, Daddy?
That's an interesting. I find there's again, you know, with propaganda posters, we all have our favourites. They're not in here, but I love the Norman Rockwell posters and these, you know, the Russians and these guys I particularly liked.
Yeah, I think this is one of the best poster books
Super
I've seen,
style.
just because of the layout and the posters are so big.
Yeah, there's quite a variety.
Except it's a pity about the black and white, but otherwise, yeah, the book came out in 2008, I think.
Yeah.
From an exhibition up in Canberra.
Yeah, so you should be able to find it in all good libraries.
Well, I don't know about that anymore, but you'd probably find it online. But I think it's one of the best poster books I've seen.
This is Frantz Kantor.
Jim Bridges.
And don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button so that you get more videos in your inbox. And hit the notification bell, which is just down here. Which
Over where? Where is it?
down there.
Down there.
So you should be able to
And the
be
subscribe
notified.
button's up here, isn't
No,
it?
no, it's also down there.
Oh, it's down there. Okay, all right.
Right. And if you feel inclined, hit the Patreon page
Yes.
and give us a few cents
Yeah, support us.
or tell us off.
Yes.
What would you like to see?
Yeah.
And what did you do in the war, Daddy?
Okay, this is Jim Bridges and
Frantz Kantor.
saying see you next time.
Sayonara.
Thanks for the sour persimmons, cousin.